This is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, so a few of my subscribers, for you guys, sent me this link, this article that's on Boxing Scene. Tyson Fury is unsure if his ring return will ever happen, all right? I'll leave the article in the description box for you guys that haven't read it yet or seen it. And you can click it, read it, come to your own surmise about it. But let me just read what it had to say real quick. Now, Fury did an interview with Box Nation, okay, and this is what he had to say. But before I read it, earlier this year, he revealed that promoter Eddie Hearn had reserved a date at Wembley Stadium in anticipation of a lucrative showdown between himself and Anthony Joshua, okay? This is what Fury had to say. It says, "My time was 2 years ago. If I come back, there will be an announcement, but if I don't, then goodbye. For this game, you got to really love it and want it. You got to be very, very hungry. I'm undefeated, second in history of heavyweight champions to retire unbeaten behind Rocky Marciano. I've unified the full division, beat the man who couldn't be beaten. Do I need to do any more?" Well, my opinion on that is when he says, do I need to do any more? Well, of course, man. I mean, you beat Klitschko, which was great. Klitschko hadn't lost a fight since, what, Lehman Brewster? So that was years and years ago, man. So, yes, you did do that. Klitschko did have 3 titles. But, yeah, after you beat Klitschko, you got to make some title defenses. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, but, hey, I guess according to Fury, man, he feels as if he reached the pinnacle. You know what I mean? He did what, you know, a lot of, you know, David Haye, Povetkin, Chigayev, Brian Jennings, and a host of other guys, Pulev, and a host of other fighters couldn't do, which was beat Klitschko. But you got to make some title defenses, man. Like, you know, reign as champion. It seemed as if he just kind of won it, and then he kind of just disappeared, man. Haven't seen the guy in the ring since November 2000, was at 2015, man. So, so when he says, do I need to do any more? For me as a fan, yeah, I would love to see you fight Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker, Luis Ortiz, and all these other guys, man. You know, I just don't think Klitschko was just enough for me as a fan. But if he feels that way as a fighter, and it seems as if just looking at him, man, it just seems as if that's really how he does feel. Just looking at his body, just the condition he keeps himself in. I know, was it a month ago, I was posting his Instagram videos, you know, some positive videos of him staying in shape. He was training with, what's my man's name? What's the middleweight's name? Billy Joe Saunders. He was putting up videos training with Billy Joe, and then he had some training videos of himself, and I know he sparred Daniel Dubois. He was doing that, and then the videos just kind of disappeared. He didn't do anything, you know, so I'm not sure what's up with this UKAD hearing. Every time I see something about it, it's always getting pushed back further and further. So, yeah, I do agree with him when he says my time was 2 years ago. Yeah, your time was 2 years ago, and you haven't done anything since. So, when you hear the frustration in my voice when it comes to Tyson Fury, it's not because I think he's garbage or I don't think he's a good fighter. My frustration comes in because he will add to the division. He'll make for exciting fights, exciting back and forth banter, hyping up the fights. So I'm disappointed that he's not just around fighting the other guys. You know what I mean? So, but the division will go on, man. You know, time waits for no man, and it would certainly will not wait for Tyson Fury. So if he doesn't want to fight, if he's not up to it, or he just, you know, he feels as if he's, you know, reached the apex of the sport by beating Klitschko, then fair enough for him, you know. But it will not wait for him. Joshua, Wilder, all these other guys, you know, the division will be okay. The division will be okay without Tyson Fury, but I really want him around. He's only 28 years old, so I do believe that Tyson Fury will one day return. It could be next year. It could be 2 years from now. It could be whenever, but I do think he will return to the sport. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, man. And like he said in this interview with Box Nation, let me scroll back up here. He says, for this game, you've got to really love it and want it. You got to be very, very hungry. And I agree with him. I agree with him. It doesn't seem like he's hungry to compete. It just doesn't. You could tell by just his conditioning, man. It just seems as if, you know, he just liking his relaxation and his downtime right now and being out of the ring. And it's something you really do got to love. You can't just do it for the check. I mean, yeah, you can. and you might go in there and get your ass whooped, man, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. But boxing is a tough way to make a living, man. So to get in the ring like that, you really do have to love the sport. And it's from the outside looking in. Obviously, I'm not a professional fighter, but I have sparred. But I'm nowhere near a professional fighter. But I do agree with them. You know what I mean? And that's especially in athletics, man. If you don't love what you're doing, even if you're talented at it, even if it comes easy to you, if you don't love it and live it and, you know, want it every day, then you're just wasting your time. You know, so he needs to regain the passion for it. And I'm talking about training every day and getting really focused and dialed in. And, you know, I know some of you may come to this video and say, no, he's just doing this or he's just saying that. But, man, I'm looking at the guy's physical condition. He just, whenever I see Fury, looks like he's still out of shape. The last photo I seen of him, he did look like he lost some weight from earlier this year. But I don't know, man. I really don't know about Tyson Fury, man. I like to see the dude around, man. I really want him in the mix with all these other guys. But it just seems as if he really not focused in on fighting right now. You know? It really doesn't. So time will not wait for him. So either he gets it together and he wants to get back, or maybe he's just going to live off of, hey, man, I was at one point the lineal heavyweight champion. Now, when he says he unified all the belts and what, you know, yeah, you did unify those three that Klitschko had. And yes, we did look at Klitschko as the man. You know what I mean? I'm not going to front. But at the same time, though, you know, you still got the WBC title out there with Deontay Wilder. And then now all the belts are dispersed now. So now it's a whole different ball game if he decides to come back. But you guys let me think in the comment section, man. I'm out.